And we're live.
Here we go. On a Friday.
Nice. Well, good morning. Hey, real quick, Hunter. Can you hear this if I do this? Hold on a sec. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Can you hear that now?
Look at a damn thing. All I hear is that's all I
Since
hear.
you just hear me. I don't know. It's just so goofy. It's so weird.
Yeah.
Maybe it's coming through the I thought it should. Anyway, Terry, I still have not learned all the fancy buttons in here.
Yeah.
We got some new microphone stands, which are really cool.
That's nice.
They look like robot spider arms. I don't know.
Oh.
Anyway, but really futuristic. I'm still trying to figure out everything in here. It's like it's like a spaceship, and I could barely do it when it was just the board and it wasn't anything like this. So I was just trying. I was playing around. Anyway, welcome to it. It's the Plan B Morning Show. Brock, Hunter, we are streaming. Find us on Twitch. Find us on Facebook. Find us on YouTube. We're on there.
All right, got two things. Ready?
Two. I don't know if we have time for two, Hunter.
Shut up. We have
That's
all morning. What do you mean we
what
don't
else
have
are we
time
doing?
for
What else are we doing? You're right.
Exactly.
We got plenty of time.
Right.
We got plenty of time.
First thing, I don't want to start this day off in a doghouse. So I gotta say happy birthday to my wife. Amanda, it's her
very
birthday today.
nice.
Happy birthday. Hey.
Is she
I would
30
sing
yet?
to her, but I'm a terrible singer. I can't do it. I hum it.
Is she 30 yet, for God's sakes?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
I don't think I'm supposed to say her age.
Yeah?
You want to know how much she weighs too? Is that are you really trying to get in the doghouse? Me in the
What's
doghouse?
your pant size? What is it?
Yeah.
Do chicks really get upset about that? I mean, I
don't
know your wife. She's pretty level-headed. Would she really care?
I don't think so.
No.
But I think it's just the thing within women. It's like you're just not supposed to say.
Yeah? Why not?
Yeah. Because it's
Are guys
rude.
supposed to say that? Why is it rude? I want to know how old you are.
Yeah.
Fine, then I'm not telling you my age, how much I make, my height, nothing.
I mean, we lie about that anyway. So
I only lie about one thing. All right.
I make 6 figs. I'm 6'6".
I do make 6 figures.
23.
I do make I do make 6 figures if you count the decimal in there. So yeah, I definitely
Right. 0.00. So yeah, happy birthday. Happy birthday to
happy. I'm so happy.
Happy today. Number 2. All right. With that being said, I think we missed something this morning. Closings and cancellations. Dude, there are things closed right now.
Is there?
Yes. Get to our website, WIRX.com. Click on the closings and cancellations tabs, and boom, you'll see the full list there. It's brought to you by, go ahead, Brock.
Okay. Hold on. I guess I didn't even think about it because you know why?
Because it's fine.
There was no snow.
There's no snow.
I know it's supposed to be coming, but
here's the thing. Okay? I get it. It's serious. You don't want anybody out there sliding around and putting their lives in danger. But not this morning. I'm sorry. You know what it is this morning? Embarrassing.
dude, everything is closed.
We would go to school with 9 feet of snow. Because if the bus could make it to your driveway,
what sucked too is we had 90s bus drivers, all right, old grizzled vets,
dude.
would be like,
I would love to go out in the snow.
I'll put some chains on that bus. It'll be once we get all the kids in there, all the weight will be down on the tires. It'll be fine.
Yeah, I just know I wanted to bring it up because whoever was closing things, and they did this early last night.
Yeah,
you're like, it's done. Wait, we're not opening. So my question is, why? Why?
Well, I know it's nothing right now, but maybe it's maybe for preempting for when kids have to go home in the afternoon, and maybe the roads are going to be bad then. That's the only thing
You know what they would do back in the day for us if that was the case? No, you're still going to school. We just might let you go at like 11:30, 12.
Do early dismissal.
Like a half day.
That was great. That was great.
We still had to go.
I am on WIRX.com. If you go to our website, there's a big yellow bar underneath the Hummer. On the far right, there's a closings. It's brought to you by Kepner's Precision Auto Crafters, by the way. I'm just going to say everything is closed. Everything is basically closed.
Sorry.
If I went through this whole list, we wouldn't have time to do anything else. So long story short, it's probably closed, but if you can go to our website, WIRX.com, You can see the full list there.
Are we all from Texas? Is that what's going on? Never seen snow?
Maybe people just want a day off, Hunter, and the snow's a good excuse to have a day off, huh?
Well, that pisses me off because you know who wanted a day off back in the day? Me. I wanted a day off.
Not like going to school made a difference for you anyway. Is that right? That's fine.
Let's just shut up.
It's closed or at school. You're fine. Yes. So go check it out. Kepner's Precision Auto Crafters bringing you your closings. Everything's closed. Yeah. We're all dead. You and you and you.
Everything's closed and you can't go sledding because there's no snow.
There is more coming though. I know you're being a curmudgeon, but there is, I think, a lot of snow coming. It's supposed to be here. Of course, it was supposed to be here last night, but then it kind of skirted with the
It's kind of like be careful what you wish for situation.
Yeah, right.
No. Okay.
It says it's snowing right now.
I'm calling BS. I know I'm not supposed to say this. We're on the radio. We're supposed to report the closings and warn everybody the tornado's coming. Nope. No, you're fine.
Nothing's happening. So here, I'm going to show the radar to everyone on the screen. This is what's happening, right? And what it's building to. So that's what we got coming.
I mean, there's some pink and red in there. I don't know.
Or it could not.
You know, who made that happen? My grandma?
Hunter.
Get in the basement.
Hunter is just raining on all these kids' parade this snow day. Like, F you kids.
Well, it sucks. It's
go to school.
It's BS. It's trash.
Yeah.
If I were a kid, I'd be like, no, we're going to school. This is not how this should be.
No, you would.
I know I would.
You know what? You should let these kids have it. Look at you, just being such a curmudgeon.
Dude, what happens? So what happens if it snows 2 feet? They're shutting it down for the year.
Well, no, they have time to get the plows out there, get the salt out. That's all it is. It's just they're planning.
You don't agree with me just a little?
So angry. What happened to you on a snow day or a should have been snow day? I mean, good Lord.
That doesn't. I mean, I don't know.
You know what this
Maybe I'm being a curmudgeon, but
this is what it reminds me of. Like you're going deep back in your subconscious to a day that should have been a snow day, and then you went to school, and then what? You got like a wedgie from the school bully. What happened? What happened?
No, just I had to go to school. I'm like, no, there's a ton of snow out. No. Just because it's the 90s doesn't mean I have to go to school. This is trash.
That's funny. Well, for everyone else in 2023, unlike Hunter, you don't have to go to school today. All right.
You can't even call it a snow day. Yeah. It's got to be something else. It's a day off.
Yeah. But the snow's coming though. They're just preempting for it. You know, if it was a Wednesday, maybe they wouldn't call it. But since it's a Friday, everyone's like, why don't we just well, it's coming. Why don't we just take the day? Let's just take the day.
Am I wrong by saying that I think some of the meteorologists these days compare with my grandma when she used to call me, the storm is coming.
We're all dead, maybe.
Flip the tub over. It's like, Grandma, it's a light rain.
I trust Grandma though. Grandma can feel it in her knees though. She knows when a big storm's coming. she's better than Doppler radar. All right. Oh,
she's got a Doppler in her hip.
I feel it in my knee. It's a coming. Anyway, well, look, for everyone else, Hunt, it's a snow day. Everyone enjoy it. Hunter, go take a loot or something. Why don't you calm down a little bit?
You can go drive around.
Back in my day, we had to walk uphill both ways in the snow.
Right? You know what I'm turning into?
You are. You kind of are a little bit. A little bit.
We used to go golfing in thunderstorms in my day.
Ridiculous. All right. Anyway. We got to keep things moving here, folks. Let's get to it. It's time for your morning dump. My God.
It's the morning dump with Brock and Hunter. Trends, tech, guy stuff, Hollywood.
No, I'm mad because nobody's listening right now because nobody's taking their kids to school.
All the kids, it's right. We have no fans anymore. Everyone's done. As always, your morning dump brought to you by Pump
That
Septic. Clean your septic today with Pump That Septic. Call them 269-445-7777. Or visit pumpthatseptic.com. Yeah.
Pump it.
Pump That Septic.
Surprised you haven't said anything about my drug rug that I'm wearing today.
That's not that's more, that's like
what
new age drug.
That
is new age drug rug.
That's not a hood.
Yeah, it's it's not a turtleneck. It's not a hood.
What is
I
that?
can't. I don't have the time to make fun of all your questionable fashion choices.
It's
So.
a drug rug. It's like a new age drug rug.
Yeah, it's the drug rug for the 21st century is what it is.
Smells like Spencer's.
Smells like hemp and patchouli.
Smells like I'm not dressing for gym class.
That's right. Where'd you learn that? Teach drug school? Anyway. Well, it's 2024 and our first nostalgia death. Something ceases to exist, even though virtually no one was aware that it still existed in the first place. The makers of Fruit Stripe gum announced that it has been discontinued after an incredible 55-year run, 1969 to 2024. The gum originally launched back there at the end of the 60s by the Beech Nut Company, which now primarily produces baby and toddler food. The gum came in 5 flavors: wet and wild melon, cherry, lemon, orange, and peach. There was also briefly a chocolate flavor back in the late 70s. There's also a line of Fruit Stripe bubble gum.
Fruit Stripe, the one with the tattoo?
Yes.
That's where you put the tattoo on you? Okay.
Yep. Yeah,
God, it's been a long time since I even seen one.
was a temporary tattoo, so you can get the gum and then you could do that and have that cool zebra tat or whatever it was. I loved Fruit Stripe gum. That was one of my favorites. Here's the problem, though.
Yeah, for like 4 seconds until it lost its flavor.
Fruit Stripe gum lost its flavor in 1, 2, 3.
Gone.
Need
a new piece right now.
Unbelievable. And you'd think, like, there had to be something behind that. I don't know.
Did the wrapper have like a bunch of animals on it or something? I'm trying to remember what it looked like.
There was a bunch of different ones. I just remember, like, the main one I remember, at least from the 90s, they had the zebra stripes on it, but they were different colors.
Was it on the gum or on the wrapper?
Both.
Both?
Well, because
the gum was striped?
Remember the gum wasn't striped. The gum wasn't striped. It was just on the package, the wrapper, but then the actual wrapper around the gum was the tattoo. But yeah, that was one of my, and I think it was probably because of the tattoo that I really liked it. I thought that was super cool.
Right.
But
in this hand,
I
got a Fruit Stripe piece of gum.
Okay.
And you're Pete Carroll, all right? You're jonesing for a piece of gum.
Good Lord. Yeah, Pete Carroll is the end all be all.
Where's my gum?
Yeah.
All right. In this hand, I have a Fruit Stripe. All right. In this hand, I have a Bazooka Joe.
Fruit Stripe.
Yeah.
Fruit Stripe. Bazooka Joe always, it was rock hard every time. Every time you put Bazooka Joe, and it like had corners on it, so it just
is this asphalt
gums.
Yeah, your jaw would be sore at just trying to loosen the gum up.
I did like Bazooka Joe because it had the comic, but honestly, the comic wasn't that.
Okay.
It wasn't as cool as a temporary tattoo.
Fruit Stripe, right hand, left hand, Big League Chew.
Oh, Big League Chew.
Yeah.
Big League Chew. I would have a wall, just a ball of Big League Chew in my. I mean, like that. God, I loved Big League Chew.
Oh, yeah.
That cool little wrapper that you put in your back pocket or whatever it was. Yeah. That was a Big League. Okay, let's keep her going now. All right. Big League Chew or the Bubble Yum tape. Remember the tape? That was a good one, too.
Oh, you know what? Probably the tape, because I liked carrying it in my pocket like a can of Skull. You bust it out once in a while and kind of, I can smell it. It was like powdery. It was like, whatever that powdery residue that was on it. You'd pull it, you could smell it.
Oh, it was so good.
Cut it off with the.
It had the little like nipper on it that you can right there.
Yep, little cutter. How about this? Did you ever just kind of pop the whole tin open and just the whole thing?
Me? I would just take a bite out of it right there. Just right there. Yeah, because it was very good. It was a good gum.
It was good.
It was a good gum. Okay, let's keep her going here. Let's keep her going. Bubble tape, bubble yum tape, or bubble jug gum. Do you remember the bubble jug gum?
Yeah. It's for like. Wasn't it like so you could put it in your cup holder or something?
No. It was this little jug of powder that you would pour in your mouth, and then it would coagulate into gum.
Really?
You know how much of that gum I ate because it was so tasty. And
my God, I don't remember that.
Because it took a while. It took a while for it to coagulate into gum. So and I remember there was an orange crush. There was an orange crush version of it. and it was so good. I gotta find that, man. Hold on a sec.
Bubble jug, huh? That doesn't sound healthy at all.
Oh,
It
no,
starts as a powder.
Dude, none of this was healthy. Are you kidding me? There
Yeah.
was so much sugar in the gum back in the day.
Yeah.
Let me fruit stripe gum. Because you were right. The fruit stripe gum was striped itself. It's been so long.
The gum was striped?
The gum was striped too. Here.
Oh.
So there's the old fruit stripe gum right there.
Oh yeah. See? I thought it was.
It was. Yep. And it came in, and then the case. God, dude, that takes me back. Tattoos inside. Collect all 10.
Yeah.
Wet them and wear them.
Fruit stripe. Okay, let's end the conversation with what's the best? What's the best gum you can chew on? The one from the Wonka factory, if that was real.
Right there. I don't hold on. Bubble. I gotta show you Bubble Jug quick. Because that was a. Do you remember see this? Does this look familiar at all?
Faintly. Yes, that one right there, the green one. That one, the green jug. Okay, I do remember that. And you know what? I remember even as a kid, I'm like, I don't think I should be here. Put that.
No, it was just a little container of this powder, right? Yeah. That's what it was. You'd pour that in your mouth and then it would coagulate. But I'd end up eating so much of it because it wouldn't coagulate fast enough.
You know what that looks like? A small jug of Rotella tea, 1450. Right. Oh, that doesn't it though? It looks like a little oil jug.
Oh, here, look, there's some other one. Yeah, there's the bubble, Hubba Bubba. That's what the Hubba Bubba tape. That's what it was.
Did you just pull up a picture of Tony Montana with a bunch of bubble jug powder in front of him?
Yeah. We do that with pixie sticks. Why would we snort pixie sticks? What were we thinking?
Hey,
what were we thinking?
I didn't, but some of my buddies did, and even then I was like, ugh. That burn.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna up this. I'm gonna up the ante a little bit. One of my favorites was, and I don't know if they're still around now because I know you can still get candy cigarettes. But do you remember the bubblegum cigarettes where it had the casing and you could you could puff the powder out?
Puff the powder out.
If that isn't marketing to get kids to want cigarettes, I don't know what is.
Yep.
But I love those. You'd be on your Huffy or your Mongoose, and you'd have that bubblegum cigarette as you're driving.
I can't wait till I'm old enough to smoke. Like, Dad, here, kid, here, practice with these candy cigs.
I don't want you wasting my cigarettes, so you build up that lung capacity right now, you know.
I don't think we thought this one through. How about this one? You remember this? I don't know why I just thought of this. And I'm not sure if it was even gum. Maybe it was. But it came with a straw, and then you put like a piece of gum on the end of it. You blow it.
And it made like a little candy ball or something like that.
Something like that.
I know what you're talking about. Yep. There was all sorts of stuff, but to go back to I don't know.
Now I'm diabetic. That's fun.
Gee, I wonder why.
Jeez. I wonder why. Thanks, 90s.
To end the conversation, best gum nowadays. I'm a big fan of juicy fruit. You know, I like juicy fruit.
Best gum.
There's some really good. You know, like what the new one now. There's this grape gum that Kiki gets. It's like a not Orbits or whatever it is, but it's
what's
grape
the gum that's at the counter at Dunham's? It's like a sport chew. It's like a thirst quench thirst.
Oh, quench gum. But that's another one. Yeah, that's another one that loses its flavor in like
our buddy Sam loves that gum. And he's like, you got to try one of these pieces of gum. So I did one time on the way to our golf league. Dude, I had to take it out of my mouth. I was turning inside out. It was so much flavor.
Yeah.
It's like nothing. Is this the Willy Wonka gum, man? Because damn, my mouth is watering.
Yeah.
That's why they call it quench, because it quenches your thirst from your mouth watering so much.
You get some real wet mouth going on with that one for sure. For sure. Anyway, well, R.I.P. Fruit Stripe Gum. Thanks for all the tattoos and the diabetes. We really appreciate it. Lastly, people in Montana and North Carolina have to find another outlet for their carnal urges, as Pornhub can no longer be accessed in those states. Both passed laws that went into effect on Monday, requiring that people verify their age to watch porn by uploading a picture of their ID before accessing the site. Pornhub declined to do that for those states, saying that sharing an ID card every time would put people's privacy at risk. In related news, Google searches for VPN, which would allow people to bypass state restrictions, jumped in recent weeks in both Montana and North Carolina. Go figure.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, people need to feed their addiction. It's an addiction.
North Carolina doesn't seem as bad. It seems like there's enough to do in North Carolina. What are you doing in Montana? All right, to fill your time now that you can't watch free porn on Pornhub.
I mean, I've never been to Montana, but
it's a beautiful state.
Probably a reason. There's not much going on.
It's a beautiful state. A lot of amazing parks and open. It's a big sky country. But
how do you feel about this?
All right, this is gonna sound weird, coming from me, the degenerate that I am. I don't think it's terrible because it's so easy for kids to get access to adult.
Too easy.
It's too easy.
It's too easy. It takes away from relationships. You kind of look at like the divorce rates, relationships. How are these going? And why are they going the way they're going these days? It's because I think we're fed this false sense of this is how it is, but it's not. It's fake.
Right.
And some people don't realize that.
Well, a lot of people
don't get that.
It's instant gratification. And again, I'm not going to sit here and with my sign saying porn is the devil. Nobody. I mean, I can't say that. All right, because I've watched it. All right.
How about this? We can say it this way. Too much of anything is bad.
Boom. I mean, exactly. All right. Are you a piece of trash because one Saturday evening you stayed in and worked?
It's a good way to put it. Yeah. Too much of anything is bad. This is water. If I drink too much of this healthy thing that we're made of, I die.
You could die.
Fact.
That's a good point. And
too much of anything is bad.
If you are spending countless hours down in your basement watching porn, that's not good either. If you're avoiding human contact, whether it's with your significant other or just in general, because you're going through that bottle of Jergens and those Kleenexes hours on end, yeah, of course.
I think we all know within ourselves, well, most of us, I feel, if it is a problem.
Right. See now, and that's going back to my statement about why I don't think this is the worst thing in the world is because a kid's brain like me, Hunter, if I had the access to the porn that is available nowadays when I was 14,
how much
15,
of a degenerate, you're already a degenerate.
I Indian burned my penis so many. I mean, I was working that thing already with the Sears catalogs and the old Playboys.
Indian burn.
I mean, I was up in the middle of the night searching Cindy Margolis nude photos. Okay. Now, if I had the access on my if I couldn't have handled it. And I think that's why.
Here's what I think what you're trying to say. You learned a lot of things on the way, because you had to go out of your way to get access to it. Now it's click, click, boom. It's
good. I'd still be at home in my parents' basement on the family computer if I had the access to the porn that
Dude, it was a journey. It was a journey. You couldn't just go to the computer. You had to plan it. Some people would bury their porn out in the woods.
I'm gonna tell a story real quick. And Hunter, you know the story, but for anyone who's listening,
I know exactly what you're gonna.
There was the farm that I grew up on. There was a hunting cabin back in the back. All right.
Yeah.
I snuck down there, got the key out of the outhouse for this hunting cabin, got into the cabin. And there was a bunch of old Playboys, okay? 80s and 70s.
And when you first discovered it,
it was amazing. I ripped out pages from this Playboy, most notably this one girl who was in a cowboy outfit, not a very practical cowboy outfit, mind you, okay? When I say that, it was chaps and a cowboy hat and a toy gun.
That was it.
I ripped out pictures, folded them up carefully, put them in my pocket, locked the cabin door, got back out, went back home. Took apart a CD case, okay? Because you used to be able to take apart the CD cases. And I hid the folded pornos pictures in the back of that CD case. That's what I had to do to see a naked lady, okay?
Yep. You got over the river and through the woods.
That's right.
To the outhouse we go. You're not wrong, though. It was like
I'm like the Hobbit going on an adventure.
That's what it is. That's where
to drop the ring into Mordor, whatever. Right? I'm going on an adventure.
Right. He put his cloak on.
But I think that's better because you know why? It just you appreciated it more, and also it wasn't just you weren't it
wasn't overload. You know what I'm saying? It's just
Nope.
Like you said, you learn things along the way. The adventure to it. There's probably moments there where you're like, I probably shouldn't be doing this.
Yeah. Or you have that moment where mom and dad sit you down and say, hey, the family's home computer is for work and school. All right.
Yeah, that talk.
And they didn't say what they wanted to say, but you could see the look in their eye after they had to have an IT guy come and clear out the viruses. You learn. Okay.
Yeah.
That's also why I have a thing for Bush. I don't mind this. I don't mind this on my ladies. I'm just saying.
Some things we just keep to ourselves, bro.
I'm just saying. And it's all because I had that one picture to get me through like 6 years. Okay. It was worn out. Okay. Anyway. All right. I think that's good enough. That is your morning dump. We'll be back.
The Morning Dump, brought to you by Pump That Septic. Clean your septic today with Pump That Septic. Call them today, 269-445-7777, or visit pumpthatseptic.com. Rock 107 WIRX, everything that rocks.
Dervin from Pump That Septic wants you to know the job is going to be done right the first time and at the right price.
You know, we're not interested in a quick fix. We're interested in quoting out a complete repair that we can do safely, efficiently, but correctly. We want to offer the best value for the money that we charge. We want to show up with good, clean equipment, professional guys. We want to do the job correctly.
Don't
have us back again.
Stop that. I'm sick of these pussy ass meteorologists and people out there. You're a bunch of grandmas. If you're freaking out about this morning,
this is your Shamrock Impact Update, informing you of the ways in which Berrien Springs Public Schools makes a difference through innovation and creativity in education. Berrien Springs Public Schools is committed to cultivating lifelong learners. Through a vast array of flexible, multi-sensory classroom environments, students are given the autonomy to discover how they learn best. With the focus on attendance, achievement, and engagement, they are provided with educational opportunities to maximize their potential and pursue continuous learning. This is the Shamrock Way.
This is Catherine Craig, senior at Berrien Springs High School.
I hear you.
I'd like to invite you to visit homeoftheshamrocks.org to learn more about how students experience the Shamrock Way at Berrien Springs
on the radio
Public
on Monday,
Schools.
and I am letting them have it.
Berrien Springs Public Schools. Together, inspiring
Buried
students
in
to think, learn, achieve, and care in a global
Just
community.
in case it snows, you don't have to go to school. Shut up.
And now another no-brainer money-saving tip from Progressive.
Hey, I had to risk
Marcus, what
life.
happened? I was changing my oil and I spilled some on the floor. Oh, well, use these $50 bills to wipe it up. Perfect. Got any more? Yeah, take a couple hundred.
Stop. Instead of using money, use an old rag.
Hey, I'll come pick you up.
And here's a better tip from Progressive on how not to waste money. Don't pay too much for car insurance. Drivers who switch and save could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
The Plan B Morning Show with Brock and Hunter. Rock 107 WIRX, everything that rocks.
Well, good morning. It's 7:40 for God's sakes. Oh my God.
So what are you saying? You don't value my life like you do the children nowadays? You sent me to school back in the day. I had to risk my life.
Well, there's a few people who your bus ended up in the snowbank.
Got a point. I have a point.
Yeah, the children are our future, Hunter. With us, they knew, like, all right, if we lose a few of these, we're all right. It's okay. It's okay. All right. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Hey, bus driver Gary, go ahead and swerve off that embankment. All right. It'll be okay.
Just keep going straight, man.
Just go straight. Whee! O'Doyle rules. Anyway, we got to get right to it. We're going to talk sports.
Time for Plan B Morning Show Sports with Brock and Hunter.
As always, sports brought to you by Bud Distributing.
Hey, Bud.
Bud Distributing getting you stocked up with delicious Bud Light, Tall, Cool, Budweiser's, other delicious drinks to keep you thirst quenched, wet whistled, what have you. Anyway, find your favorite retailers from your favorite Bud Distributing. And remember to drink wiser. Bud.
I'm just going to kind of put this in a caption to cap this throughout the weekend. Bill Belichick, obviously not the head coach of the New England Patriots. I say obviously, that's probably not the right word because it's still kind of fairly new. But all in all, this big story that's in front of me possibly could land in Washington, which might not be the Commanders next year, or Atlanta. It's looking the Falcons. So two teams there.
I think he should just retire. And let's talk more about this after the weekend because I'm sure we'll have more developments and maybe he won't have anything until next season. We don't know. But
just to cap a few more things from last hour real quick. Saturday night, Miami and Kansas City going to be an absolute blizzard, apparently. And if it's the same weather people we have, it's going to be fine.
Now, is it going to be snow or is it just cold? Are they supposed to get snow there?
So it says here negative 30 wind chill, around 5 degrees, and just sideways. It doesn't say snow. There's nothing here that says snow, but it says wind.
And wind chill. That's for me. That's what I hate about winter is the wind. It's seriously, that wind chill is the worst. It is the absolute worst.
Yep. More football. Detroit, they play this weekend. They're playing, Matthew Stafford and the Rams. And everybody's nervous about Stafford coming to Detroit, thinking they're going to dice him up. And could happen, but I don't think it's going to. Anyway, this is kind of significant because the Lions, their last playoff win was January 5th, 1992.
Over 22 years ago.
Damn, son. It's a long time. And actually, in 92, on January 5th, dude, they beat Jimmy Johnson and the Emmitt Smith team.
Hold on. I'm sorry. I did the math wrong. That's 32 years ago.
32. Mm-hmm. But they beat the Cowboys 38-6 on January 5th, 92. So, hey, look back at that and kind of.
Yep.
I think that momentum has run off a little bit, has dwindled.
I mentioned this last time. I'll just touch on this real quick. I don't want the Lions to win, but I think they will. I think it'll be a close game. I think it's going to come down to the end. I think Stafford's going to have a great game. I think Goff.
I don't think he is.
You don't
think I think he's going to struggle. Yeah. I don't know why, but I feel like he's going to struggle.
Here's why I don't think he is. He knows how to play at Ford Field.
And he's got playoff experience.
He does. He's got a Super Bowl ring. And Goff has been to a Super Bowl but didn't win. If we're looking at who's had more success, definitely Stafford.
Mm-hmm.
So
be an interesting game among many other games throughout the weekend. So to hit those, man, that was Saturday when I was talking about the Chiefs. That was the Saturday night game at 8:00. The 4:30 game on Saturday. Browns going to be in Houston playing the Texans. Interesting matchup there. But I think we both said we're going with the Browns.
Yeah, I like Flacco. I like Flacco. He's got
too.
the experience. Texans, I mean, not that they've played bad. They're in the playoffs. They got a higher seed. But I like Flacco. And he's come in and his experience has showed he's had a great 4 or 5 weeks.
And he's fresh. He wasn't beat up all season long.
Yeah.
And he's got experience. It's not like a new dude coming in with no playoff experience.
Exactly.
So I think Cleveland's going to be all right there on Saturday. 4:30 game there. Like I said, Dolphins going to be in Kansas City playing the Chiefs at 8:00 that night. Sunday's games, I should say. Pittsburgh going to be in Buffalo playing the Bills at 1:00. Tough one for the Steelers, in my opinion.
What's that?
Going to be a tough one for the Steelers.
It will be. The Buffalo's playing hot. Josh Allen's got a lot to prove because ever since that coin flip loss to the Chiefs and then them struggling, they've come back with a vengeance. And I think he's got a chip on his shoulder. And he's ready to win.
What's the weather supposed to be like on Sunday in Buffalo? Because Buffalo's notorious for getting 30 feet of snow in like a night.
Yeah, they get like most snowfall per capita in the United States.
By the way, that radar was looking that you showed me earlier. It looked like it was heading that way.
Kind of coming that way. It's because I think where they're at, like with Niagara Falls and being on that side, fun fact, Buffalo has never recorded a day over 100 degrees. Buffalo, New York has never recorded a day over 100 degrees.
It's interesting.
So we'll see. If it is coming, we may see whiteout conditions. I haven't looked at the forecast. Either way, I'm going to give it to the Bills. I think they're hungry, and I think Josh Allen is ready to shut up everyone that's been like, he's struggling. He's not what we thought he'd be. Yada yada yada. You know. What I mean?
My money goes to the Bills. I'm cheering for the Steelers.
Okay, fair enough.
Next game, the middle game, 4:30, Green Bay, your Packers. Brock, the Cheesehead's going to be in Dallas playing the Cowboys for the middle game there. Another just what's going to happen. I said it last hour. In my opinion, it depends on which Dak Prescott shows up. I feel like Jordan Love is pretty consistent. I think I have a feeling of who's going to show up at the QB position for Green Bay. And he's been pretty consistent with that. Doesn't have really crazy games, and then all of a sudden it's like the dude doesn't know how to throw a football. Much like Dak. So I think this depends on which Dak Prescott shows up on Sunday. It's my opinion.
Yeah, and you know what? I can't take anything away. Dak has had a hell of a season. The Cowboys have had a hell of a season, you know. And they got a lot to prove. They have, you know, revenge in their eyes for the Packers beating them the last time in 2022. And then not to mention Dak's, I always bring this up because the Cowboys struggled after Dak's rookie year. They made it all the way. They had a first-round bye. They were the number 1 seed. Everyone was talking about them being the team of the future. Green Bay comes in to Dallas, beats them, and then they really struggled for a couple years. Dak struggled to find himself. So I know he's got a chip on his shoulder. If the Packers...
Do you think they... I'm sorry.
No,
do you think that crosses the player's mind?
Oh,
like
for
they
sure.
beat us last year.
Or in 2020, whenever. Oh, for sure.
You think so?
Sure. Again, I am a big... not enough people put the mental part in football. Everyone thinks you just got to be the biggest, fastest, strongest, yada, yada, yada. It is there is a mental aspect. And I know they say it's 90% physical, 10% mental. That 10% is huge. And I
more
think
than 10. I'd say more than 10.
For sure. I mean, you could argue more of that, but that 10% carries so much weight because if you're not in it, like you said, it depends on what Dak shows up. And that's the mental part of the game. That is the mental part of the game. Which Dak is going to show up against these Green Bay Packers who have been playing really well and with a young team. I mean, I don't know.
It'll be an interesting matchup. Like I said, being, you know, if I were to put money on it, and I'm trying to win money here, I think Green Bay is going to put the pressure on, but I feel like Dallas, if Dak shows up, is going to pull away with it at some point.
And it'll be a pretty good spanking, and it very well could be. So,
but it's the NFL we're talking about here.
The playoffs, baby.
The playoffs too. Which is a different type of NFL. It's craziness, man. So obviously, you're going with your Packers.
I am. I'm feeling good about it. Jordan Love has had an awesome season. Not enough people giving him credit. 32 touchdowns, only 11 interceptions. Awesome passer rating. Better passer rating than Aaron Rodgers. Better stats than Aaron Rodgers. His first season as a starter in Green Bay. So, I'm liking it. We got a young, hungry team, but we'll see. Again, it's also a very talented Dallas team. I don't know.
Be a game to keep an eye on there, man. So, last game real quick. Rams. All right, we already talked about it. Going to be in Detroit playing the Lions. 8:15. You can catch that right here at Rock 107 WIRX. If you're out in the garage, you know, trying to get away from the party, you just really want to just listen to the game. Right here, tune us in, man. We're broadcasting the game, so that's our broadcast starts at 7:10. The game starts at 8:15.
Yeah, we'll have the full pregame and everything, so go check it out. All right, we got to get going here. We'll do my Aaron Rodgers story on Monday. We'll have more time to talk about that, or we'll get to it when we have a better idea, because it's already 7:49. So, sports brought to you by Bud Distributing.
Hey, Bud.
We'll be back.
Brock and Hunter.
Nice.
All you can say is nice.
Really nice.
Oh my God, it's so nice.
More of the Plan B Morning Show next on Rock 107 WIRX.
Hi, this is Brian Lears at Campbell Ford, and we've never had as many new vehicles on the lot than we have right now. Incentives have never been as strong as they are right now, and we also have the biggest selection of certified pre-owned vehicles that we've had in some time. So most of these vehicles we have here were bought here new, serviced here, traded here. This gives us an opportunity. We'll show you why it's so easy to do business here at Campbell Ford, because you know what? The best bottom line is always at the state line.
Is that what he asked for, the Pot 107? Or just,
I like to do things dramatically.
I think we have some of the
helps me pay with a grand
highlight bag. Or
Get
we
help.
used to in
Tap,
England.
swipe, or insert your card.
If we ever do a live broadcast,
You can also use a digital wallet on your device, which is easy and secure. Wonderfully awesome.
I'm sure Brock can just leave them up front for you.
Oh, and there's paying with your watch.
If we have some.
Pay your way. First Source Bank can help.
FirstSource.com. Member FDIC.
I'm surprised you can't hear that, Hunter.
Mm-mm.
So that is so weird. So
you know why? It's because I have you queued on Tie Line.
Oh, so that's you need to stop listening in Thailand when we're on here, so you can hear everything that's going through.
Yeah,
you can hear all the sounders and everything.
Here's
like
a problem with that though,
What?
is when we freeze, I
Yeah.
can still hear you.
But see, I can't hear you when we freeze, so it's kind of we're robbing Peter to pay Paul on that one.
Yeah.
But that's interesting. Well, it's good to know.
So you listen through the stream?
I hear everything that's going through the
So
air.
if you were to put your headphones to the stream, dude, it's so much different.
Well, yeah. But see,
it's distractingly different.
I'm hearing everything that's going out over over our tower. So
yeah.
But that's interesting because
too.
you know what?
That's what the tie line is
The ads didn't kick on right away, so there's like this weird reset this thing has to do. Interesting. All right, here we go.
What's the topic?
We'll get this effing stream thing figured out one of these days. Good morning, everyone. It's the Plan B Morning Show. Brock Hunter.
Morning.
All right, we got to get right to it. We are streaming, and don't worry, the commercials and everything are off of that. That was goofy. So find us on Twitch, find us on Facebook, find us on the Plan B Morning Show YouTube page. We will be on there for the next 10, 15 minutes or so. Right now, it's time for your topic of the day. And I like this one. What is a blessing and also a curse? So something that is a blessing and a curse. And I don't know if you have one, Hunter. I can give you mine, and maybe that'll get the juices flowing for you a little bit. But for me, something that's a blessing and a curse is being I shouldn't say movie buff, but after being fortunate enough to see a bunch of movies and a bunch of TV shows and everything like that, being able to enjoy that's awesome. Like, that's super cool that we have all this great media and all this
getting numb to it.
Being numb and being able to predict things.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't been M. Night Shyamalan in a long time. You know what I mean? Most movies I can watch it and kind of predict, or more than likely predict the outcome, what's going to happen here. TV shows, like, does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. I'm kind of the same way in that way. It's right.
It's awesome that we have all these awesome movies and these streaming services. Like, there's never a point where anyone should say there's nothing to watch. There's so much to watch. But with that also being said, you see so much stuff, and now you can kind of guess what's going to happen, or you kind of know, like, even on a suspense movie, like, it's been a while since I'm like, oh my gosh.
Right. Took you by surprise. You're just like, wow, I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
Do I have a similar answer? It's wild you brought that up. Mine's with music. So my other job, DJing, and I love it. It's a great job, and I love entertaining people, and it's a blessing. It's a blessing being able to having the opportunity to do that for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm not listening to a lot of music afterwards. And it's a curse because when I'm done on the ride home, it's silent. When I'm at home, silent. I don't want to hear any damn music. All right.
Well, and on top of that too, when's the last time a song was just a bang? You're like, oh my God, right? Does it kind of almost,
numbs you to it for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. And you know what? I find myself liking deeper cuts more because you don't hear them as much. And it's something different that I haven't heard, to where I'm like, oh, that's
right.
That's a different note. That's a different tone. And I enjoy that.
Yeah.
But being in the business and twofolds, this is a music business as well. So in the morning, I'm dealing with music. You do that more than I do, obviously, but we're still listening to you in the background, blah, blah. And then my other job, it's full music. So when I'm done, I like to hear crickets, man.
That's interesting. That is that, because you when you hear it all the time and you're just hearing everything, it just kind of numbs you to it. And there's been
and the thing too, and it's everywhere, radio stations, Spotify, anything you play, they love to play it a lot when it comes out. And you just keep hearing it and hearing it and hearing it. And then you go to the DJ gig and people are requesting it. Dude, I could go the rest of my life without hearing the Cupid Shuffle. I'm serious.
Yep, there you go.
Done.
Yep.
I'm done with it. But
it's a great song. It's a great song.
Everybody, every time. They're like, please play it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Jesus.
I like it. Good answer. Good answer. Yeah. Let's go to our socials here. What is both a blessing and a curse? Matt said boobs. I'd agree with that. I don't have boobs, but it's a blessing because I love boobs. It's also a curse because they
You
fill
go
up
way
a
out
lot
of your way
like,
to.
I go and like it's distracting. All right,
Yeah.
that's what it
It's
is.
taking away other aspects of your life because
Exactly.
you're so distracted.
I agree. And for ladies, I get it. Like, I'm sure, like, it's great. You can push those girls together and get a free drink, but then you also have to deal with perverts like me.
This is the right path to take, but there's boobs over here.
I'm gonna go over here.
So,
right. The road could split, and over here
You know.
is sunshine and rainbows and bunnies jumping, and then over here it's dark and bats and evil. But there's a nice pair of boobies at the end of it.
Boobs over there.
I'll fight some bats.
Hey, you know,
and
I will
see the
say it was a lot harder for younger me.
Yes. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Actually, younger me didn't even think about the other route. It was just right through.
I didn't even see the one. Just right to the boobs. Right to the boobs. Good answer. Jeremy had a good one. Driving, blessing and a curse. Absolutely. Absolutely. I like that. I love it.
Yeah.
But also I don't.
Dangerous.
Yeah, it is very dangerous. It's a curse on the road when you're stuck behind someone going 30 and a 55. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, it's not cheap. Repair, you know. So yeah, I think
the danger aspect is really the good answer on that.
Yeah.
Is I don't think people really realize that. Oh yeah, you're kind of stepping into a death machine every day.
Oh, every time.
You know,
every time. And it may not just be, and it's not necessarily you, it's everyone else around you stepping into that same 2-ton death machine.
Yeah, it's hauling ass down the road. It doesn't feel like you're going that fast, but
it blows my mind that
until you come to a sudden stop, then you realize how fast you were going.
Oh yeah, whoa! I came up to that stop sign a little. Bam! And that's why it blows my mind that people are still on their phones while they're driving. It just baffles me.
Yeah,
driving is already like the most dangerous thing a human can do. One of the most, right? Other than covering yourself in chum and jumping into shark-infested waters.
I mean, that's dangerous for sure.
It's probably actually no. Driving is more dangerous than that.
Yeah.
So good answer. Blessing and a curse. Let's see. Mike said just being friends with 2 radio personalities. That's a blessing, but the curse is having to listen to Green Bay stories and golf stories.
Nice.
Fair enough, Mike.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Hey, you know what? Damn it, Mike. We do this show every single day for 4 hours. We're going to repeat a few things, okay?
Such a blessing to have.
Cut us some slack, man.
Except for the Green Bay and golf stories. I like it. Let's see. Chad said this radio show. Hey, nice. We made 2 on here. Let's see. William said children. Yeah, I can agree with that. It's a blessing and a curse.
Something I don't know anything about, but you do.
I think you know though too, because think about you being the child yourself.
Yeah, okay.
Your parents love you, but you were a nightmare.
Dude, I was more of a curse than a blessing. I was a blessing right off the bat.
Like,
I was one of those babies where I was like, yes.
Immediately.
And then immediately, as soon as I left the hospital, I'm like, damn.
Yep.
Damn. This kid is terrible. I had a shirt that said Ivan the Terrible that my parents made me wear as a kid. Just to warn other adults, like, hey, stay away from this kid.
He's not done cooking yet. Put him back. Stacy had a good answer. Owning a home. Yes, that is a great answer. That is a great answer.
Yeah. Better than renting.
It is, but renting, you got someone to take care of
landlord.
you got a landlord, right? So I think renting could be it's the same thing. Owning a home and renting both have their blessing and curse side of it. You know, renting.
Am I weird by saying this? That everybody's like, you know what's nice about renting is the landlord takes care of everything. They do all the repairs, blah, blah.
If you have a good landlord.
I kind of enjoy doing the repairs.
Yeah.
I kind of like fixing my own things. Like when I fixed the dryer the other day, much like mowing your lawn, you kind of step back and you're like, yeah, I did that by myself.
Yeah.
Like that, I just saved like $300 there.
You did, but it's also a curse in the sense that if something breaks, you got to do it. I mean, you could pay someone, but you still got to pay someone to come do it. You know what I mean? So I think there's a yin and yang with that. You know what I mean?
I feel like the curse with the house is it's just not one thing that breaks. It much like people dying, it comes in threes.
Yeah.
The dryer goes out, now the sink's broken, and then something else happens. You're like, damn, dude.
Sure. Yeah. When it rains, it pours. And that always falls on when you got like a bonus from work or maybe a nice tax refund. Like that's exactly when it happens. Well, there goes that extra money I thought I had. Yep. Let's see. Jeremy said being tall. I wouldn't know anything about that, but I could definitely see the blessings and the curses on that.
I'm trying to think the curse. I don't. What's the curse?
Hard to find clothes.
There you go.
Your clothes is more expensive.
You go.
Yeah.
It's impossible to find jeans.
certain things are maybe a pain to get into. You know what I mean? Like
that's if you're like super tall, though.
You're not freakishly tall, Hunter. You know, so yeah, but like if you let's just put it like Shaq. That's got to be a pain in the ass.
Dude,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yao Ming.
Yeah, that's freakishly tall. You're not fitting in anything. Any beds, cars, bathrooms, showers.
Ladies.
Yeah, I guess it depends on how tall.
Yeah,
ladies? Right. Jeez, man.
Which, that was another answer. Having like a freakishly large donger, like that's a blessing and a curse. Right?
Yeah. It's kind of the same thing with the height.
Right.
You can get too tall.
Too right. You get too John Holmes-ish.
Not a problem that we need to
I would never know.
Address.
Move on from that before I get depressed. Matt said having a job, that's a good one, blessing and a curse. Like obviously you got money, you got a stable job, but I don't want to work. You still got to work. You know what I mean?
Yeah, don't work your life away.
No.
Do be responsible and do what you got to do. But some people, man, they're like, hey, dude, I worked like 70 hours last week. I'm like, why?
Why? Don't do
Why?
that.
Why are you bragging about that?
I guess unless your goal is to bank and then retire by the time you're 45. Okay.
70 hours. You don't have time to do anything with your money.
Yeah.
And when you retire, you're too old to do anything.
Or you're just worn out. Yeah.
You're rich and tired.
Well, don't worry. Hunter and I are not working our lives away. That's another one. Much like the penis thing. We're okay on that point.
Good.
Curtis said winning the lottery. That's a good answer. Blessing and a curse, especially if it's a big one.
If it's how I feel about this.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like it's more of a curse than anything.
If you win $500 on a scratcher, that's bingo, bango, bongo. Awesome.
But
yeah, that's a blessing. There's no curse on that. But
dude, that $50 million jackpot is a curse. I've been an advocate for this my entire life, or since I watched that documentary, I guess.
Yeah.
People just see all the greatness of it, and it's not. It's too much money too quick.
I think the only way to combat that, you have to give like most of it away and give away enough where you can just then live comfortably, but not as like a super duper rich. You know what I mean? Like that's the only way you can do it. The only way you can do it.
Yeah. More money, more problems.
More money, more problems. More bitches. What? See if there's anything else. Michelle said alcohol. That's a good answer.
That's a great answer.
That's a great answer. Yeah.
Much. Yeah. Too much of anything.
Yep.
Yeah. It's nice to celebrate and clink glasses, but
yep.
Man, when you start waking up in the morning, you're looking at that bottle.
Yep.
That's not good.
For sure. Well, and I think even if you don't have a drinking problem, I mean, yeah, it's fun, but that hangover the next day is never fun. Like that's never fun.
It gets
that's
worse.
Yeah, and it just gets worse and worse and worse. Like, why? Why am I doing this? Why did I have that last Jaeger bomb? Anyway, good answers. We're gonna wrap things up for now. Stick around, more of the Plan B Morning Show coming up. Thanks everyone for getting in on the convo. All right. Well, thanks, everybody. We appreciate it. Hopefully I got to everyone. If I didn't, we'll get you next time. And have a great weekend. And, yeah, we'll talk to you.
Enjoy it. Be safe. Have fun.
Yeah. Watch out for that snowstorm coming.
Yeah, right.